Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Part 2 of our video on working on your Premium Series spa, such as the Camaro, Portland, and others in the Premium Series from Mspa. Continuing on to Part 2, you can now see that we have the pack removed and on the workbench from our Camaro spa. Tools you're going to need to get this pack open are going to be pretty simple. You're just going to need some kind of X-Acto knife or scissors, and either a very long screwdriver or a drill with a very long bit. I buy these bit kits at Home Depot. They're fairly cheap, about 10 bucks. They're 6-inch bits, so they come in handy for those long reaches. Our first step is going to be, we're going to remove this cardboard piece. I've already cut the tape on my side, so we're just going to take that off and set it off to the side, and we'll be back to that. Next part we're going to do is go ahead and remove these screws from the faceplate here. So I'm going to pause for a moment. We'll be right back. Okay, we've removed these screws from the faceplate, so we can simply lift that off and set it off to the side now. We're starting to get an internal view of what our pack looks like. We can start to see some equipment in there. From there, we're going to go ahead and invert the pack upside down. There's going to be a few screws we're going to try to get to. Let's get a good view of this. What we're aiming for are... see if I can get them in the camera. There's screws down here in the corner, but what we're going to do to make those more accessible is we're going to remove some screws holding this bottom plate on. There's going to be screw located here, here, another one on the opposite side, and again there, as well as one more on each corner. There's going to be one right here in the drop down, and another one down in this hole right here. Short little screws, same as the faceplate ones. Oh, I'm sorry, as well as you'll want to go ahead and remove your 2 screws, securing your cord down. Okay, we now have the 8 the 8 screws removed out of the beauty ring here on the bottom. So we can go ahead and lift that up off the body. Let's try to get a shot of it here. There we go. So it'll just lift off and come away in your hand looking something like that. You can go ahead and set that piece aside as well. So our next task, this is where the really long tip on the drill or a long screwdriver is going to come in handy. You're going to have 4 more screws. So we've got a screw, hard to see, but it's way down into this shaft, as well as, excuse me, see if I can get in there. One here, another there, and one more down in that hole. To give you an idea of where these are, this is your exterior blower port. Your side screws are here, and then out on the short sides. We'll go ahead and get those out. We got the 4 screws removed and flipped the pack back over. This is going to give you an idea of what the screws look like. They're quite long compared to the rest of them, so there will be quite a bit of threads to bring out. Pack is now apart. We flipped it back over. As you can see, I put the beauty ring back on the bottom to give it stability. It'll kind of wobble a little bit because pieces are hanging lower than the part. We've got 2 last screws to get out of this pack, and then it's officially open, and those are going to be easy. We've got one out here on the edge, and another one on the opposite side here. Let's go ahead and get those out. Okay, last 2 screws are out. Box is officially separated. Now you can just go ahead and lift the top off your pack. Do watch yourself. You have a little bit of a trailing cord for your top side. I like to just kind of set them off to the side. They hang on the blower quite nicely there. Things to kind of examine on this pack. This is going to be your circulation pump if you ever have any issues with that. I've already been working on this one, but very simple connections. It's got a quick click for the electrical to get on and off. Holding the union on is just a unthreaded union. You can either unscrew this, or there are some Phillips head screws that you can remove and just take it apart. And then you've just got a hose clamp with a barb fitting on the back and 2 Phillips head screws on the back corners holding the pump down. I will give you a tip while we're in here on these Premium Series. Depending on if you like this feature or you're always with it anyways, this micro switch can sometimes cause to be a problem on self-inflation. My recommendation is to just go ahead and take it out. It's not going to hurt anything not having it in there, other than the pressure. When you refill your spa, you're just going to want to be there with it. It's a very simple change. Just pull that little Phillips head screw out, pop that micro switch off. You can either leave it hanging there or just disconnect it from the plug and throw it away. That's just kind of a helpful little tip that I've learned along the way on working on these hot tubs. If you have any questions or there's something I haven't covered, please feel free to drop me a chat or a line in the thread below, and we'll make a video for you and get it installed. Thank you very much and have a great day.